I'm Coach Amy, Precision Nutrition Certified Nutrition Coach with Results Fitness. And the recipe I have for you today is a grilled veggie platter with Greek feta dip. So for this recipe, you're going to need the veggies of your choice. And I used 2 medium zucchini, 1 pound of whole white mushrooms, and then 3 bell peppers. So what I did is I went ahead and I grilled the veggies ahead of time. You can certainly do this outdoors on an outdoor grill. I actually used my indoor cast iron skillet that has a grill pan and grilled the veggies. So what I did was, like I said, I used 2 zucchini, and I like to cut them a little bit diagonal to make them sort of more of a plank for easier dipping. And then I halved the mushrooms, and the bell peppers I cut probably in about 6 strips each. You want these to be nice and thick because you're going to be using them for dipping, just like you would a cold veggie platter. So when it comes to the veggies, I like to cook them about 3 to 4 minutes per side, just long enough to get those grill marks. You don't want them too soft. Again, you want to keep them a little crunchy so you're able to pick them up and dip them. So each of these, like I said, about 3 to 4 minutes per side, long enough to get them slightly charred. All right, so that portion is already ready. Next up is the Greek feta dip. So this is actually one of my favorite dips to make, and it also doubles as a great salad dressing. I like to use this on top of, like Buddha bowls and salads, anything of that nature. Also, obviously, as a veggie dip. So for that, you're gonna need a blender. I'm actually using, this is a Ninja Foodie. I found that the only time I ever really used my blender was to make smoothies. So this is more of a individual size one. And this one is nice because it comes with this attachment to make dip, sauces, and smoothie bowls. So that's what I'll be using to make this recipe. And you need feta cheese, Greek yogurt, salt, pepper, garlic powder, garlic, and fresh lemon. So you can make as much or as little of this as you want. Just remember, the base for this recipe is always going to be equal parts feta and equal parts Greek yogurt. So because of the size platter I have, I'm going to do 1/2 cup of the feta and 1/2 cup of the Greek yogurt. And I'm just gonna put that directly into the blender. All right, so it looks like I have about 1/2 cup, so I'm just gonna dump the rest of the container in there. And if you've watched any of my videos before, you will quickly learn I am not the greatest at measuring. So it's just kind of one of those things that come natural. So I kind of like to eyeball things, unless of course I'm baking. Obviously baking, you need to be a little bit more specific, but everything else I tend to eyeball. All right, so I'm gonna do just a little over 1/2 cup of the Greek yogurt since I had a little extra feta. So I'll just kind of leave the top a little high. And again, I'm just placing this directly into the little blender. All right, next up, I have about 3 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons of fresh chopped minced garlic. I'm gonna add that directly in. Now I'm gonna have garlic fingers, but that's okay. There are worse smells. All right, need a knife for this. All right, and then I'm just gonna put the salt and pepper. Again, no need to measure, just, a couple sprinkles of each. This is super garlicky, by the way. You saw the garlic I put in there, and then I'm adding garlic powder as well. It is so delicious. This is one of my favorite summertime recipes to make, especially when vegetables are at their peak and taste super good. All right, now I'm gonna do, for this size, I'm just gonna do 1/2 of a lemon. I'm not gonna use the full lemon. I like to roll a little bit to kind of break it up, and this way it's easier to get more juice out too if you roll it on the counter first. All right, so see if I can do this without getting any seeds in it. Not usually the most successful at that. All right, then I'm just gonna squeeze the lemon juice directly into the blender as well. Those darn seeds, this one has a ton of seeds in it. All right, so I think we only had 1 fatality, we're good. All right, I'm just gonna screw this on and blend it for probably about 30 seconds or so. I mean, these are pretty smooth ingredients, so they don't really need a whole lot of blending. Okay, so that was about 20 seconds. And you may have noticed while I was blending that, I was turning this top. This blender actually has like a little paddle attachment in it. So this way it helps to incorporate any of those ingredients that get stuck to the sides. All right, so I am just gonna pour this directly into a bowl. Now I will say this, I do feel that this tastes a little better if you let it sit for a few hours. So I'm actually going to be having this afternoon. So I'm just going to cover it and leave it in the refrigerator for probably about 2 to 3 hours or so. And then it'll be all set and ready to go. Now, typically I will grill the veggies a little closer to the time I'm going to be eating them. I'm going to store these in the refrigerator and probably just pop them in the microwave for a little bit to warm them up. But if you see here, we have our dip and we have our grilled veggies, the perfect summer side dish, or you know, really any time of year, but again, one of my summer favorites. All right, so I hope you enjoy, and as always, if you try out the recipe, let me know what you think and have a great day.